Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you. If you are new on this platform, my name is Milton Fonkwa, and in today's video I'm going to be answering a question a subscriber requested on was asking me on the platform. Alright, please, if you are new, consider hitting that little red subscribe button beneath this video so that you will watch more amazing videos. You will be the first to watch more amazing videos in the days ahead. On this channel, we do talk education and stuff related to education and lifestyle, okay? Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Today, I will be answering Soya Boy. Soya Boy, I actually saw your question. That is the ID on Google I saw. So your question was, do a video about how to easily get accommodation in North Cyprus. So today I am doing this video to answer your question. The video will be all about how to easily get accommodation in North Cyprus. First of all, there is a video on my channel talking about accommodation system in North Cyprus. I think, yes, accommodation in North Cyprus, okay? So if you haven't watched that video too, please make sure you click on it. And now, how to easily get accommodation in North Cyprus is not a problem if you are already old in North Cyprus. But if you are new, it is going to be a small problem for you. But I'm going to tell you some of the things you can do to easily get accommodation in North Cyprus. First of all, Soya Boy, you need to understand that the accommodation system in North Cyprus might be different from that in your home country. For example, there is something they call a 1+1. A 1+1 apartment in North Cyprus means that it is a living room, a sitting room, a kitchen and a toilet. Okay? So that is a 1+1 accommodation in North Cyprus. There is a 2+1. 2+1 means that you have 2 bedrooms, you have 1 sitting room, which is 1 parlor, you have 1 kitchen and you have 1 toilet. Okay? Another one is a 3+1. A 3+1 means that you have 1 parlor, which is a sitting room, 3 bedrooms, 1 kitchen and 1 toilet. Okay? Now, again, you still need to understand that their prices are different. Okay? A 1+1 might cost £450 in North Cyprus. This is a case where the building is very new. Okay? A 2+1 might cost £350 in North Cyprus. This is still the case where the building is old. It might be new, it might be old. Okay? But a 3+1 might cost £400, £450 in some cases, or even £500 if the building is old or new. But you must understand that new buildings are more expensive than old buildings because the materials inside, okay, are somehow new. And you can go to an apartment that is not furnished. Furnished is not furnished in the sense that there is no bed, there is no furniture, there is no cupboard, there is nothing inside, there is no kitchen utensil, okay? Nothing, which means that you have to buy your materials. Now, a furnished apartment means that you are going just with your bag. You're traveling back or whatsoever, okay? There is a bed, there are chairs in the parlor, in the sitting room. You might meet kitchen utensils, okay, in a furnished apartment, a cupboard or whatsoever. That is an example of a furnished apartment. Now, as I said, prices are different, and you must know that the people in this country too, they don't understand English language, okay? So, what do you need to do if you speak English? I don't know the language this subscriber speaks, but I must understand that so many people nowadays in North Cyprus speak English language. So if you go to North Cyprus and you want to easily get an accommodation, The first thing I'm going to advise you to do is, first, don't look for an accommodation which is very new. Don't go to a new villa or a new apartment and you are looking for an accommodation if your budget is very small. That is the first thing I will advise you to do. The second thing I will advise you to do is, if you want to easily get an accommodation in North Cyprus, move around yourself, okay? Because when you move around yourself, you will see placards written for rent, for sale. For rent in Turkish means kiralik. Kiralik means to rent. Satilik means to sell. So when you are moving around looking for an accommodation as a student and you find something written Satilik, S-A-T-I-L-I-K, it means to sell in Turkish. Okay? Then if you find Kiralik, Kiralik is K-I-R-A-I-L-I-K. It means to rent. That is the one you should go and ask from the building. Most of the times, you will find Kiralik on buildings and the landlord or the owner of the building or the house is living there. That is the second thing I will advise you to do. The thing I will want you to do or to know is that in North Cyprus, when you are looking for an accommodation, okay, there is something they have there, they call it commission. Okay, when they want to give an accommodation to you, you have to pay them commission. Okay, but don't go to real estate agencies, because I am coming to that. Do not go to real estate agencies. Okay, now when you go to an apartment, ask the Turkish man how the bills you are going to pay for the apartment, because housing in North Cyprus is paid in 3 months, in 6 months, or 1 year. What I mean is, if you want to rent an apartment, you have to pay upfront. Like, you have to pay, if the house is £300, you have to pay 3 months rent, 1 deposit, and 1 commission. Okay, that is how accommodation system works in North Cyprus. So you need to know all of these things. And this commission, let me elaborate again. This commission goes to the person in charge who is giving you the building. Okay, so but my advice for you is, if you want to easily get accommodation in North Cyprus, go to buildings that are not newly constructed. Okay, because most of the times they are highly expensive if your money is small. But if you have much money on you, go to the ones you can pay. Okay, but know that there is something they call commission in North Cyprus that you will be asked for that. Okay, now another factor you have to consider if you want to easily get accommodation in North Cyprus is, you have to consider personal persons. What I mean here is, look for individuals who are already old. If you are new in North Cyprus, look for individuals either from your country or somewhere else, or friends who already know their way in and out of the country, alright, and ask them for accommodation. They might know where there is a spare apartment, okay? And you must know that in North Cyprus, they don't have single rooms. They have apartments. Okay, I hope you understand me. Again, you must know that the people you might stay with might not come from the same country as you. Okay, so you have to be used to that. Or you get an apartment where you can stay alone. It depends on you, on your budget too. Okay, so now look for people. Move around and look for your accommodation yourself. Look for people who are already old in the country, in North Cyprus. Ask them where you can get an accommodation, they might have an idea. Okay, again, when you want to get an accommodation easily in North Cyprus, there is something they call you will always, let me say, you can go online to Google and you Google search housing or student apartments in northcyprus.com. Okay, you can have numbers there where you can call, but most of the times they are coming from big villas. Okay, most of the times you will have the contacts only for big villas. I hope you understand me. That's another thing you need to consider if you want to easily get accommodation in North Cyprus is the city in which you are living. Now, this is what you must know. There are 3 main cities in North Cyprus. If your school is found in Guinea American University, don't go stay in Nicosia, okay? Stay in Kyrenia. If your school is Eastern Mediterranean University, don't stay in Nicosia. Go to Famagusta and you stay there. If your school is Cyprus International University, don't stay in Kyrenia. Go to Nicosia and stay there. I hope this information is clear. The reason is that these cities are different. All these schools I named, they are found in these various cities. Okay, if you live in another city and your school is another city, it is going to stress you a little bit. Though there are people that live in different cities and attend lectures in different cities because there are school buses that come at specific intervals and take them to their school campus. If your own school bus can come to your city, then that is fine for you. But if you are in Cyprus International University, you must note that the school bus of Cyprus International University does not go to Kyrenia. It goes to Kyrenia only during weekends, okay? So, if you are a student of CIU, do not stay in Kyrenia. I was a student in CIU, but I was living in Kyrenia because of some conditions, okay? It stressed me a little bit, but I succeeded, alright? So if you can accommodate the stress, and also, as I said, it depends on your money. Now, that is a factor I wanted you to understand. Again, you must know that accommodation in these 3 cities I named, these are not the only 3 cities in North Cyprus, but accommodation there is different, okay? Accommodation in Famagusta, most of the times the landlords or the owner of the house owners will want you to pay 1 year rent. In Kyrenia, most of the times they will demand for 6 months rent. Most of the time, some people don't even demand at all. You just pay your rent, you pay the deposit, and you start staying, and you pay monthly in Kyrenia. But Kyrenia is expensive. Housing in Kyrenia is expensive than housing in Famagusta and Nicosia. I am calling just these 3 cities because they are the 3 big cities in North Cyprus where students influx there is higher. Okay, I hope you understand me, the person who asked the question about accommodation. I hope this video helps you. Again, when you meet people on the street, do not be afraid to ask, where can I get accommodation? You might ask someone who has houses or who is renting out houses to students, alright? So always ask them. Try to learn the language there too, so that you can interact with the Turkish people, because most of these people don't understand anything in English language. All they know is Günaydın, which is good morning. That is all, alright? So I hope this video is helpful. And again, if you are looking for accommodation, if you stay in Kyrenia, please, alright, go around the area of Lema at Karakum and ask, alright, around that area, around the Vuni Palace Hotel and Casino, ask around those areas, okay? If you stay around Mr. Pound, go around those areas and ask, okay? If you live in Guinea, move around the area of city center and ask for accommodation, alright? You might get from these areas I named, because I know it is somehow easy. But for Nicosia, Famagusta, Lefke, Guzeliot, I do not know, okay? I hope the video is helpful, and I hope I have answered your question, okay? If it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, just do me a favor by hitting that little red subscribe button, okay? Again, please, let your budget speak for you, okay? In North Cyprus, accommodation varies. So if your budget is not heavy, do not look for something that is going to stress you, alright? Thank you for understanding, thank you for watching, thank you for sharing. See you in my next video. Bye bye.